And we're back once again, only on it is Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, join me on the line. This man here, well, he wants to get back into winning ways, and well, he's promising fireworks on his next fight coming up. It's going to be against Augusto Sakai. We're looking forward to it. I give you once again the one of the big knockout performers in the sport of MMA. I give you heavyweight sensation Jairzinho Biggie Boy Rozenstruik. Biggie Boy, let's have a big question here. You versus Augusto Sakai, a co-main event fight here. What are you hoping to do this fight coming up on June 5th? What's the goal here besides, of course, winning?
First of all, the first important thing is I want to get back on the winning side. Um, I've been training a lot, been learning a lot, improving a lot. But if you're not winning, then something is wrong. So I got a quick turnaround to make things right, and that is what I want to do on this fight.
Augusto Sakai, he's 15-2-1. He has some nice wins over Blagai Ivanov, Marcin Tybura, Andrei Arlovsky. What is it about him that makes him a good fighter? When you and your team have broken him down, like what does he bring to the table that makes him a threat?
Now I think this guy he win his fight and he do what he does. Yeah, but the most important thing for me is I want to win. I'm gonna go in there and put on my best performance and make sure I got my hands raised after the fight.
How much for you is, I guess, the goal of starting off fast? Getting out there, pushing the tempo, setting up, setting up your good jab, basically making him sort of onto the defensive, like a lot of opponents face.
I think that in the heavyweight division, the most important thing is to make fighters uncomfortable. If you make people get comfortable, then the fight will be easy and take a different turn. But if we make people uncomfortable, I control the pace, then the fight going my way. That's what I believe.
He's a pretty big boy himself. He's 6'3", 77-inch reach. He tips the scales around that 235, 250-pound mark. How big is it for this fight also just keeping him at distance? Because I'm guessing he wants to get in there, probably get you to the cage, take you down, basically use his weight and his size. He's done that before. How big is it in this fight to basically make sure that it's basically a distance fight where you can use your length and reach, and he's basically stuck eating punches.
I have to get in. He's a big boy, as you said yourself. I have to get in, keep my head movement in, and land some bombs. And yeah, soon as one of them lands, and we know the fight is over. But the important thing is getting there, be in shape, being myself, and get the fight to my side.
We're gonna go back to this fight in a bit. Taking back to your last fight, you versus Cyril Gagne. What happened? I mean, now that you've had time to look back and everything, what was it about him that made him just difficult to get in and be able to land your shots?
That was a crazy fight. I think it was too much on my head in the fight, and I can't get it loose. Yeah, I don't know. It was really crazy. I think it's one of my baddest performance, worst performance. So yeah, and right now I have to make things right for myself and for my fans.
I know a lot of people complained about it. Let me ask the big question here, though, because I was noticing this here. You looked very uncomfortable because I'm guessing you don't want to get taken down. How tough is that when you have a guy who he's very happy to throw a jab, keep his distance, and you know that he wants to take it to the ground. If he has his druthers, it's take you down, throw submissions. How tough was that fight? Just sort of battling the mental of all right, I want to make sure I don't do this, but I don't want to just charge in and get caught. I mean, how much of that fight do you look back and go mentally? I was off sorts.
Uh, yeah, mentally, yeah, it was tough in there for me. Especially, I was thinking a lot. I was late, like mm, in the counter. I was late every second, and it's not that I was afraid to get taken down because I know what to do to get back up, to defend the takedown. But sometimes you're late. But it's like I couldn't get it to go on. I couldn't get myself loose, and the fight went so quick. If you ask me, I was like, "Whoa!" I didn't realize it was the end of the fight when the fight was finished.
Take me to the fifth round because that's the one round I got upset because, and I'm guessing you got upset when you look back at it because it's just like as you said, you look good, you're in good shape and everything, and it's just like you're not throwing punches, you're not going in there, there's no desperation, as you said. How much did you? How much of this was like even before the fight? But going into a fight, even warming up, as you said, nothing felt correct. But and that's what affected you, maybe even going into the fifth round, where you still don't look like you want to almost attack. It's almost like something is just not there.
Yeah, the fifth round, it was
Yes.
like, okay, all or nothing, and still it didn't go. It didn't, I was pushing it, even talking to myself like, "Come on, man, what is happening?" And pushing it forward, but still, it wasn't there. But
Final
you know,
question.
yeah,
Final
go ahead.
question. We'll move on to different subjects. I know it's a bit painful, but does it bother you when fighters, criticize this fight? The Bisbings, the Cormiers, because we all seen they're just ugly fights. There's nothing you can do. Your dance partner doesn't really want to dance. He doesn't want to really commit and throw bombs. You're trying to play a tactical fight. Fans are one thing, reporters are another. Does it bother you, though, when like your peers criticize this fight? And you're going, you've been in my shoes. You know what it's like when just nothing is going to plan.
One more time the question.
Does it bother you when MMA fighters like Cormier and Bisbee criticize you and criticize this fight when they know what it's like to just have one of those ugly fights where nothing is going right?
Yeah, it it bothers me till a certain point, but on the other side, yeah, you know how it is, and they know how it is. Like sometimes you're pushing it, but it didn't go, and it's for me the thing is, soon as it was done, it's like it's a setback. Um, take 2 step back and go back right there in the gym, and soon as I get another fight, and make sure that I can make it right for myself and for my fans. So that was the first thing that's going through my mind. Like I couldn't get the win. The fight was ugly. I couldn't get it loose. And yeah, and the coaches say we get a meeting. The coaches say, you know what, those things happen, and the next fight will go better. And I believe that. I believe in that. So as soon as we got this fight, and we were like, okay, here we go again. We can't give up though.
You know how the sport is. It's a fair weather fans. I'm guessing after the Overeem fight, there was a lot of people on that bandwagon going, "Yeah, Biggie boy, he's our guy." And then all of a sudden, after two losses and three fights, there's people like, how much has this helped you in terms of you now know like who's there for you, who's not, who was around for just the good times, and who's just sort of they were there. They are true friends. They're true people who have your back.
First of all, my family, it's always number one. They support me in every way, and it doesn't matter how it goes, win or lose. And then the second, you have your diehard fans. They say, "No worries, boy. We're gonna get back," and and that's what it is. It is sport. We both train to win, so one of us have to lose. If not, it's gonna be a draw. But we both train to win, so you have to let it go. Train hard again and go again. You can't give up.
You mentioned before, but it's about the mental part. How big is it to sort of not forget, but basically forget about this fight? Because we've seen where fighters just sometimes they'll go on a losing streak because they just start getting down. So the yips. They go, "Oh crap! I've lost this fight. I've lost that fight. What the hell's going on here?" How big is it for you to basically just get amnesia? And go, okay, next fight here, me versus Sakai. I got to take care of business.
That's always on my mind. As soon as I got a fight song, I got a fight that's go through. It's always I have to take care of business, and yeah, I have to take care of business. Nobody can do it for me. The coaches done the job before. It's me in the octagon. They can remind me of things, but the only thing that's gonna happen there, I have to take care of business, and I feel that way too. So June 5th, I'm gonna be in there, and yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, but I want to win. Doesn't matter how, I want to win. That's the only thing that matters now.
I got to ask because we've never talked about this, you and I. How did you get the name Biggie Boy? I mean, who gave it to you, and what does it mean?
The name Biggie Boy means like big boy. And I was 9 years old. I used to play basketball in the neighbor, and I was playing for a team called Ashanti. And my name, that was the difficult part. Nobody can pronounce my name. And I was in a position to make a ball, to make the last point, the winning point, to make the winning point. And one of the coaches was screaming, "Hey, you make the ball, make the ball! Hey, you Biggie Boy, make the ball!" And I make the ball, and we won the game. And that's how the name stays, Biggie Boy, from then till now.
How much does it ever bother you when people like they'll go, "Oh yes, Jairzinho Rozenstruik or Rozenstruik, Struik," or and they keep on. Look, you just get my goddamn name right here, because trust me, I've had those moments. Like, oh yeah, Chris Connors, Chris O'Connor. No, it's just Chris Connor, very simple. And that's I
Yeah.
don't get that as much. How much does it piss you off when people can't even pronounce your name?
Nah, it doesn't even piss me off. It is how it is. And if somebody don't pronounce your name good, the only thing I can do is give you the correct pronouncement and the way to spell it. So, and I know it's a little bit difficult because it's a different language. It come from Germany. So, uh, the difficult part is you don't understand. I explain it, or I tell you how to pronounce it, or I spell it for you. So, for me, it's pretty easy.
All this is going on, as you mentioned before, with everything. You're working on your camp, you're trying to get better here, but it's also mental. And so, what do you do to go into that like sort of Zen place? Like, what do you do besides video game? That you do for fun to sort of sometimes just take your mind off of everything. Have that one day where it's like, okay, I just don't want to think about fighting. I just want to relax, unwind, and just have a mental Zen day.
I have something new that I do. Meditating. Meditating a lot. It keeps me calm, keep me relaxed. I got this ring from the PI, the Aura ring, and it has this workout in the app, and I does that. It bring me to sleep. It calm me down, and that's the new thing that I do, and it feels good. Keep me relaxed.
So, how'd you get involved in that? I mean, because most people can't meditate. They'll try, and it's like all this, mental stuff. So, how did you get involved in it, and who got you, I guess, turned into meditating?
First, my strength and conditioning coach John Kelly, he told me, "Hey, Big, you need to meditate more," because I had sleeping problems. And then I started doing that, but it was hard because you have to find someone or something on some app. And soon as I got the Aura ring from the UFC performance, it's already in the app. So it was pretty easy. Just put it on like 10, 15 minutes and keep going. Sometimes I'm doing it, then I fall asleep, wake up the next morning, sometime I put it, and I'm just relaxed. And when I'm done, I'm doing something else. But it calms me down, uh, keep me really pretty relaxed. Yeah.
Finally, you and I have talked about failing in the past. I know you were very excited when you back to Suriname. Everybody, all the little kids were excited, and they're your true inspiration.
Yes,
How
they are.
tough is it, though, just not being able to see them every day? Your family, because they're all the way out in Suriname, a lot of them, and it's forget about going from Florida to Boston, or from Boston to even California. This is a whole different continent. So, how tough is it sometimes just being away from everybody when people get homesick? People, miss family, and for your job, you have to be here in the United States, and yet I'm guessing there's days you just miss them terribly.
It is tough, but right now, and this generation, we have different, how you call technology. We're doing FaceTime, and yeah, we can do it all day. So we're doing it that way with FaceTime, and soon as the fight's done, I'm heading back. Boom, seeing them being happy, win or lose. It's always good to see your family, and yeah.
All comes down once again, as I said, to it's June 5th. The UFC's giving you still a big push. You're in the main event. It's you versus Augusto Sakai. How do you avoid putting too much pressure? Because I'm guessing you want to go out there. You want to have a big performance. You want to just knock the guy out. You want to get back into the winning ways. get the momentum back. How big is it, though, just for this fight, as you said, just mentally being in that good place where you're going, okay, just going to work in the first round, take care of, what you need to do, and not worry about everything else. Just focus on the first round, the first 30 seconds, first minute.
For me, it's the only thing I do is think of the fight and don't take too much pressure into myself, especially when I go to the octagon. I just focus on what I have to do. And yeah, I think this time's gonna have to be easy. I'm gonna do things differently, and I want to win this fight. That's the only thing that matters. Doesn't matter how, I want to win.
Now, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I give you he is still one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the business, and he'll be fighting once again June 5th. I give you once again all the way right now from America Top Team. I give you it is Jairzinho Biggie Boy Rozenstruik. Biggie Boy, before I let you go, where can the fans check you out? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website? Where can fans contact you at?
Now, the fans can always contact me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter on the Jairzinho Rozenstruik, or you can see me on Twitter with Jair Rozenstruik. And if you want to know about my story, you can follow my YouTube channel. I put everything there, especially now that things are going, going with the pandemic. I'm in Florida. I'm starting documenting my life and put it on the YouTube channel so the fans can watch it.
Jairzinho Rozenstruik, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it'll be June 5th only on UFC Fight Night, ESPN Plus. Again, it's Augusto Sakai. Check your time on local listings for details. We come back. A lot more going on here once again, only on It Is Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Blue Wire Hustle and Last Call YouTube channel.